festival of great diversity. As it is said, the greatness of a culture can be found in its festivals. Indian festivals, celebrated by varied culture and their special rituals, add to the color of Indian heritage. Here, in this project, we have included the conversation between two girls in order to make you understand more about two Kerala festival, Onam and Trishur Puram, and also two Himachal Pradesh festival, Lori and Kulu Dasera.
Here, Ashwati and Aparna are sisters. Aparna, the elder sister, is very interested in studying the past and also crazy about learning the myths behind everything, while Ashwati, the young sister, always irritates Aparna with her doubts. I am so excited that it's Onam next week. We are gonna have lots of fun.
Yes. Well, do you know anything about Onam?
Yes, of course. Onam is a harvest festival celebrated by we Malayalis, and it's also the new year for us. Onam celebrations include Onasadya, Vallamkali, Pulikali, Pookalam, Onatappan, Onankali, Takapur, Tumbikali, Kummattikali, Onavillu, and other celebrations.
Okay, now tell me the myth behind your favorite festival, Onam.
Myth? Does Onam also have a myth behind its celebration?
Yes, of course. Let me explain. Onam is usually held in August and September for 10 days as a celebration to remember the golden rule of King Mahabali, a mythical king who ruled over Kerala. It is believed that during Onam, which is the most important day among the 10 days of Onam, Mahabali will come back to his homeland to see his people. During his rule, all the gods hold jealous over him.
Why does all the gods were jealous on the king?
Despite being a demon, Mahabali's generous and kind nature, and also he acquired the rule of the three worlds by defeating the gods. This made some gods jealous, and they requested Lord Vishnu to restrain the demon king.
Then Lord Vishnu attacked Mahabali's kingdom and put him into death. Am I right?
No, you're wrong. Lord Vishnu took his fifth avatar of a Vamana, a Brahmin dwarf. He approached Mahabali for alms. Lord Vishnu wished for a piece of land in the size of his 3 feet. Without any hesitation, Mahabali agreed to grant his wish.
Why does he ask for a small piece of land that only covers his 3 feet? So silly.
Suddenly, Vamana began to grow in size. With one step, he covered the sky. With the second step, Vamana covered the netherworld or Patala. Mahabali realized that Vamana's third step would destroy the whole earth. So, he offered his head for Lord Vishnu's last step.
Then Lord Vishnu pushed Mahabali into the netherland. Am I right, sister?
Yes. The Lord, recognizing his attitude of surrender, granted Mahabali permission to return to his kingdom from Patala and visit his land and people once every year. And finally, this is the reason behind the celebration of Onam. During the 10-day festivities, devotees offer prayers, wear traditional clothes, women wear white and gold sari called Kasavu sari, participate in dance performance called Tiruvadira, and men wear shirt and mundu, draw flower rangolis called Pookalam, and cook traditional feast called Sadhya, which is served on banana leaves during Onam. All these are done to welcome the King Mahabali. Hey Ashwati, tomorrow we are going to attend the famous Trishur Puram at Vadakunnathan temple.
That sounds classy. Now tell something about Trishur Puram.
Trishur Puram is one of the most famous temple festivals of Kerala. It is celebrated mainly to worship Lord Shiva, and it's also the mother of all Purams of Kerala.
Do Trishur Puram also has any story behind it?
Yes, almost all the festivals are celebrated on the basis of certain stories or myths. Before the Trishur Puram, the biggest temple festival in Kerala was the Aratapura Puram, which was a one-day festival held at Aratapura temple situated 10 kilometers from Trishur. Temples in and around Trishur were its regular participants. However, one year, due to floods and heavy rain, people could not reach for the Aratapura Puram on time. and they were prevented from participating on Puram by temple authorities. They went and complained this to Sakshan Tamburan.
Who was Saktan Tamburan?
Sakshan Tamburan was the king of the erstwhile Cochin state who introduced this festival.
What Saktan Tamburan did to solve the problem?
Tamburan immediately planned another festival which was more extravagant and more rewarding than the previous one. It was marked as the beginning of the Trishur Puram festival.
But my friend narrated the story of Adi Shankaracharya. Is that a true story?
Yes, according to legend, the parents of Adi Shankaracharya came to Trishur. They observed penance for 41 days. As a result, Vadakunnathan was born. Later he was known as Adi Shankaracharya. After his earthly mission, Adi Shankaracharya is said to have shed his mortal body here.
How is the festival celebrated?
The Trishur Puram is a 7-day festival starting with the Kodiyatam or flag hoisting ceremony. It is followed on the 4th day by the Sample Vedikattu or Sample Firecrackers ceremony. The main attraction of the Puram is the sight of over 50 caparisoned elephants passing through the streets. The celebration proceeds with the display of colorful sequined umbrella. After this event, the elephants and the idols of God are taken back to the temple. The celebration ends with amazing display of fireworks that last around 3 hours.
I'm very excited.
Malavika and Gayatri are friends. Malavika is going Himachal Pradesh to celebrate Kulu Dasra and Gayatri is asking her about the festival to know more about it. Here is the conversation between Malavika and Gayatri.
Gayatri, do you know, I am so excited about Kulu Dasra. I will be visiting Himachal Pradesh in October so I can take part in the miraculous festival.
What is it so good about Kulu Dasra festival? I didn't know. What does it mean? Do you know why is it celebrated?
Yes, I know why is it celebrated for. I have done a research that Kulu Dasra is renowned international Mega Dasra festival observed in the month of October in Himachal Pradesh. More than 4 to 5 lakh people visit the fair from all across the globe. It is celebrated in the Dalpur Maidan in the Kulu Valley. Dasra at Kulu commences on the 10th day of the rising moon, that is on Vijayadashmi day itself, and continues for 7 days.
Do you know what is the myth behind this amazing festival? It's so interesting that I am eager to hear about the history of this festival.
Wait, let me tell you that its history dates go back to the 17th century when local king Jagat Singh installed an idol of Raghunath on his throne as a mark of penance. After this, God Raghunath was declared as the ruling deity of the valley. According to the legend, after return from a pilgrimage to Maharishi Jamdagni went to his hermitage at Malana. On his head, he carried a basket filled with 18 images of different gods. Crossing through Chandekani Pass, he came upon a fierce storm. Struggling to stay on his feet, Maharishi Jamdagni's basket was thrown from his head, scattering the image to many distant places. Hill people, finding his images, saw them take shape or form as gods and began to worship them. Legend has it that deity worship began in the Kulu Valley. The state government has accorded the status of international festival to the Kulu Dasra, which attracts tourists in large number.
It's so interesting that for the next trip, I will definitely visit Himachal Pradesh at the time of Kulu Dasra.
Gayatri, do you know we are going to study about a new festival from Himachal Pradesh today. We can go to library and know more about the festival so it will be easy for us to study about it. It's of no need. I have read a book of Lohri festival, so I will explain to you. So tell me what is it and why is it celebrated? Lohri is celebrated during winter in the gorgeous state of Himachal Pradesh. Lohri is also known as Makhi festival as it is usually celebrated in the month of Makh, January. It celebrates the fertility of the crops and brings people from different communities and villages together. During Lohri, a bonfire is lit and men and women and children dances around it to the tunes of feet tapping music. It is the most popular attraction of this agriculture festival. Along with being a harvest festival, Lohri also spreads the message that the bond of brotherhood and the spirit of oneness will prevail against all odds.
Do you know what is the myth behind Lohri festival?
Yes, myth about the beginning of the Lohri festival revolves around the story of Dula Bhatia, a robber who reportedly saved girls from getting sold. Popcorn, peanuts, riwari, and gajak are distributed to all neighbors, friends, and relatives on the occasion.
Your explanation was so good that it will be easy for me to study. Indian culture is full of variety and diversity. In our research, it was obvious that festivals are the best means to keep all the citizens in touch with their culture. Hopefully, with our presentation, you have got a better glimpse of an unfamiliar world.